on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and BigGTV.
We're back here on The Coach's Show as we roll along this morning, brought to you by this segment, Parks Auction Company. Let their team of experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com. A quick look at the scoreboard from last night. Oakland over Blackman 32-0. Rockvale downs Siegel 21-14. It was Riverdale 41-7 over Columbia, and 40-7 Smyrna over Coffee County. And both Riverdale and Smyrna had homecoming last night. Richland best Eagleville 37-7. PCA a winner on Thursday night over Franklin County 38-15, and MTCS 28. Providence Academy Johnson City 21. And the other final last night, Stewart's Creek 35, Laverne nothing. We were talking with Laverne coach Chris Johnson, and you haven't had very many road games at all, but could you imagine, like MTCS, your region consisting of a team from Johnson City? How ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to keep our morale up, and keep our kids engaged and competing every week. And for the most part, they're still fighting and still showing up. So we'll take that as a victory. We talked about this the last time, and because of this host being out and this is only the second time that you and I've had the chance to talk. And the first was, everything was, 0-0 first week of the season, and a lot has happened since then. Here we are right before fall break, and you knew that the challenge was going to be great in this region, and it is week in and week out. But it also gives you an example of this is where we want to be, guys, and where we're building this program to. Most definitely. And we talk to our kids about that all the time. Like, those of you, especially the ones that want to play at the next level, like you always want to play up. And you always want to, I come from the school of if you want to be the best, you got to play the best, right? And so it gives you a good measuring stick on how hard you have to work and what you have to aim for, what you have to shoot for. And we've got a lot of young kids playing on Friday nights, and I think it's valuable lessons for those young kids to come out here and just fight every week.
Talk about youth and experience and what that mix is, because you have a few upperclassmen, and you've really put a lot on their shoulders to help lead this team, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, you take, like, for example, last night, we had a great drive going that first time we were on offense, and two big explosive plays that were 30 yards or more, but, they were called back because of penalties. And, on that drive alone, we faced a 3rd and 42, and it's just tough for guys that don't have a lot of game experience to overcome those kind of holes that we dig ourselves in. And we had another snap over our punter's head and gave them the ball right there on the 2. So before we knew it, we looked up, it's 14-0. And with young guys who really don't have a lot of game experience, it's tough for them to kind of mentally lock in and say, hey, let's battle back and tie the game up. But we're gaining that experience. And for the older guys that are there, just it's a lot to put on their shoulders to try to pick all of the young guys up. So we're figuring those things out as a team.
You mentioned two things that I know you're kind of like me, follically challenged here, so you can't really pull your hair out. But there is no 3rd and 42 play in the playbook.
No, there is. I look at it last night, and I told our guys, when you're kind of digging from your bag a little bit to have these post-game speeches and what do you say to your team. But when you go back and look at the game, a lot of it is us beating ourselves. Mm-hmm. We're making crazy mistakes, that's causing us penalties. We had to have over 100 yards of penalties last night. Drop balls, missed assignments. Those are things that I believe only game experience can teach you, and guys getting reps and getting more comfortable and doing what they do. And so we've got a lot of things to build on as we try to close the season out and then look toward, building for the future.
But unfortunately, when you need this game experience, there are only so many games to get that done in. This is the shortest season of really any sport that you could play. So you have to make the most of every Friday night. And are you seeing your guys doing that, making the most of their Friday night experience and learning? I'm sure you've seen tremendous growth from week 1 to now.
Yeah, I mean, not only on Friday nights, but on Monday nights when our freshmen are playing. We're trying to get guys game experience that way. Some of those guys are playing, on Monday and then getting some reps on Friday. We're just trying to get them as much game experience as we can, and we got to take advantage of practice and preparation and just getting them that experience and becoming better football minds and students of the game. So we've got a lot of work to do in a short period of time, being our first year, and it's for us is pacing ourselves, saying this is what we really want to get accomplished this first year. And for the most part, we're seeing that. I want to talk about we had 2 freshman quarterbacks that played last night. Aaron Samuel and Deacon Hanlon came in, and we put a lot on them. Drayton, our quarterback, that's been our quarterback all season, was a little nicked up. He didn't play last night, so those young guys had to come in and kind of fill in and sling it a little bit. Made some mistakes as freshmen do, but then they did some great things that we can coach up and get better on.
There have been a few Samuels come through Laverne, so is this still following in the line of Samuels?
I don't know if they're kin or not.
Okay.
I don't think they are.
Pretty good athletes, though. I know that for sure. Talk a little bit about the freshman side. I mean, we're not that far removed from not really having the ability to have that, young group have a team of its own. So, I mean, this is showing some program growth. I mean, this was obviously a rebuild thing for you. You knew it was. But the freshman deal, I mean, that's one step and one very important cog in this to get playing time and reps for kids.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, those 2 quarterbacks came in last night, got some good reps. Thomas Dixon, who's going to be a huge talent, that's going to be a name to remember. He's pretty special. He got in at running back and had some great carries. He's electric, and I can't wait to see him grow. And so we've got another one, Denham Hall, who's a receiver. He's a big, long, lanky guy. He's going to get in there and make some plays. So we've got some guys that we can build with. We've got some juniors that are going to be pretty good. Jacoby Miller is another one who's explosive. He's the one that had some big runs last night. So we've got some future builds. I think it's just a matter of us not trying to, hit too many targets in one season and just say, hey, here's what we're trying to get accomplished this first year as we're trying to lay a foundation.
And Chris Johnson here with us. We're talking Laverne football this morning. You have to have a great support staff around you that, have bought into the vision that you have for Laverne. You also have to have an administration that believes in that and all, and you've got that support.
We 100% have that support. Dr. Hatchett, our principal, she's fully aware of what it takes to shift. She's done it at the school. She came in and has done a phenomenal job at Laverne High, just changing some things in the hallways and in the building. And so we're all following her lead. And so she knows she has the model. And I think that's what she wanted to see us do, is come in and shift some culture things. And for the most part, we're doing that. We're laying that foundation. It's always tough in the beginning. And my coaching staff is phenomenal. These guys all played at the next level, so they know what it takes, and they're bought into what we have to get accomplished. And also, we had some seniors. I couldn't close this off without, Kevin Ruiz, who's our defensive end. He's pretty much the heartbeat of our team. Fought to the very last snap last night. Had to have over 10 tackles from the D-line spot, but he and Isaiah Welch, these guys are out there battling. They're seniors, and they're out there battling, and so hats off to them and all the hard work they've put in.
I'm sure it's your hope it's everybody's hope at Laverne that those two seniors can come back in 10 years and say we were on the front end of what has turned into this now. And I think I see you smile. That's gotta be a thought.
We talked to them about that. You know, you talk about anything shifting and trying to turn the tide on any program or organization, and the people who are a part of that, they are a part of history. And so I think about what we were able to accomplish at MTSU. I look at the multi-million-dollar facility they're in. All the guys that we were the first D1 class, we can say, no, we took the lumps and bruises so that they could have that. And hopefully those guys can look back and say, yeah, we were part of that shifting culture team. And so that's what we're trying to build.
99, really? You can't be that old, right?
Oh, man. I am that old. I guess
don't look it.
I guess 44 is old now. I don't know how that became old all of a sudden.
But that would have been 99, right, at middle?
Yeah, 99. Yeah. Yep.
Jeez, time flies when you're having fun. Doesn't it?
It does.
And I really do think that's what these kids are going to be able to come back and look and see. And, in the next 10 years, who knows what facilities are going to look like at Laverne and all of the exciting things that, you hear about and the vision that's been cast, and for them to be able to say, I was there when that vision was first cast. I mean,
Most
that's a special moment.
It's a very special moment. You have stake in it, and it's like you put blood, sweat, and tears of investments into it, and it's good to see it all come to pass.
Well, you've got Kirkwood coming up on Thursday night, so you got Thursday night lights.
Yep.
And another home game for you.
Another home game, yeah. And we're excited about it. Our fans have been phenomenal. Our parents have been phenomenal coming to the games. Our teachers and students have been phenomenal. So hats off to them. But we've got homecoming coming in. Kirkwood's a good team. I think they're 5-1. They just beat Dixon last night. So it's going to be another good team and another good challenge for us.
Well, hope folks will use the opportunity to get to Laverne and see the Wolverines. And so let's see. I've insulted your hair and I've insulted your age. So maybe we'll talk in a few weeks again.
I love it. I have thick skin, so it doesn't bother me.
No, I appreciate you coming in, and looking forward to talking about all the good things that are going on at Laverne High School each and every week, Coach.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're talking Laverne football, and we'll switch gears here in just a couple of moments and bring in the Oakland Patriots here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car, professional auto repair and maintenance from ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics. AutoRepairSmyrna.com online.